Well, welcome back, and we'll actually use the Windows server again for this one. That way I can delete it right after the video, so happy day. So I want to talk to you a little bit about firewalls. There's two levels of firewalls that I think everyone should be using. A network-based firewall, which there's even multiple levels of those, but a network-based firewall and an OS-based firewall. I think we should use both, even though it's an anti-pattern according to AWS. In case one's misconfigured or there's an issue with one, there's the other to hopefully catch it. So it's just redundancy so that the likelihood of a failure is less. Anyway, so with networking, we set up, actually it's under security. We set up this thing on launch called a security group, and it by default opened up some things for us. So if we look here, it created its own name, and it allowed IPv4, RDP, TCP 3389, and sources a bunch of zeros. So what does this mean? This is a firewall rule at the network layer. So this is the name. This is the name, this is the ID. It tells you the version, IPv4, IPv6, you can change it. In fact, we can edit inbound rules, and we could add a rule, and we could allow for example, HTTP traffic. Preferably, it would be HTTPS traffic, and it'll set some things up for you automatically. And then we can say anywhere or my IP, or we can set our own ranges. And these are things that hopefully you're familiar with. If not, you probably need to understand a little bit about CIDR blocks, okay? But you can do the network connotation for an IP address or range, but you can also do it by security group. I have way too many security groups here, a lot. So that's why I don't like just letting the launch wizard spin them up. Usually I name them and reuse them. So, but yeah, you can set which IP range you want to be able to connect to this. So that's one firewall level. Now let's get into the server, RDP. And let's talk a little about OS firewalls, okay? So with Windows, it's just a setting. We're going to let that, yeah. It's Windows. It takes a little while to wake up. So, yeah, what it's doing. Let's talk a little bit more about security groups. So if we come to security groups, I said I have a lot. This is ugly. I strongly suggest you don't do this. Instead of letting it create them, one of the things you can do is you can tell it, hey, use this security group, but then you would name it. So for example, I actually have one here for OpenVOS. I also have a web server one. So there's different settings here. Now, with network firewalls, you have inbound, but you can also do outbound rules. And I actually would suggest changing this if it was a production system or close to production system, and do not allow any traffic. I just delete that and not allow any traffic outbound. Most servers don't talk out. Things talk to them, okay? In fact, if you do that, it's going to help it so that if hackers do gain access to your systems, usually they won't even notice because they won't be able to report back that they have access easily. There are other ways that they can do it, but okay, let's see if Windows is... Boy, this is not happy. Basically, with Windows, you can go to Settings, and you just type in Firewall. Go to the Firewall settings, and usually you want to go to Advanced. So there, you can set firewall rules up by application and port. I have had mixed results with Windows. So I would prefer to lock everything down, the ports and all the applications, and then open up the application. And in the past, I've needed to open up that application's port as well, so that the port is open only for that application. So anyway, I don't think we're going to be able to get in. That's okay. We'll just delete this. So I will do firewalls, and I have a video already, but I'll be doing a new video probably soon on Linux firewalls. But yeah, we just won't do Windows. So let's go to the dashboard. Running instances. Virus right here. Instance state. Terminate. Yes. Whew. Now I'm back to only running Linux. That's a much better place to be. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next one.